Okay, so we're live and we're playing some Lamentations of the Flame Princess. I said that all as one word for some reason. Lamentations of the Flame Princess. And this is the part 3 of kind of Eyes of the Overworld, which is kind of as Jack Vance inspired. This is the beginning adventure where our 3 adventurers have come to this strange island on a mission to collect some magical or a magical cusp, which they have actually done. You guys did that pretty quickly. Now they're just trying to get back, and fate and various moves that they've made have led them to be hiding in the tree line outside of a walled city where the rulers of this island, or ruler of this island, supposedly lives. You've lost a lot of your gear. Two of you have become lepers, and 2 of you have become were-crabs. And not the same 2, so it's right. And right now, due to some were-crab changing incidents, the 2 that were crabs, which is Martin, right, and Mardigan, they are wearing stolen clothing because they were naked as you escaped the city. So you've got some clothes that you pulled off the lines that were drying. Yeah, and you're all level 3 now.
Yeah. So
just so that. That was my brief introduction to your characters. I'll let you introduce your characters so that we can see what you think is what you feel like is going on now as you hide in the bushes. So I'll start with my left. So Carlos, tell us a bit about Mardigan.
No. When I say challenge, I mean. Okay, so it's the the next morning. I'm assuming, correct?
Yep.
So Mardigan's waking up. You know, he's got long hair. He's kind of running his fingers through it and looking around, rubbing his eyes, just thinking about what happened the night before. And he's a pretty built guy. You know, he's pretty tall. So he's just kind of hanging there, you know, looking at everyone. And he turns to Sable and says, would you all like to fetch us some more water? Would you like me to fetch us some more water for the rest of the day?
So Sable.
She looks at him.
Do you fancy water?
I look at him and I stare at him. Of course, that's at least something you could do after this night. And she didn't sleep, so she has huge circles under her eyes, and she's a still young woman, straw blonde hair, and not the prettiest, and she looks exhausted. And after this weird night, carrying craps around and such, she's just on the brink of going mad. She just wants to go home. And of course, like always, it's Mardigan's fault.
So what do you think, Martin? This is Mardigan's fault?
Definitely not Mardigan's fault. Martin feels loyal to Mardigan. He's always looked up to him, and we'll follow him into whatever perilous adventures he may or may not get us into, to no fault of his own. But yeah, I think he would just be Martin. You'd see Martin, kind of this younger guy, kind of shaggy brown hair, probably waking up and contemplating his whole existence, especially now that he's, I believe, a were-crab as well. So he's not exactly sure what's going on with that, but it could be interesting. So
yeah, I think you guys probably have put together that you're becoming were-crabs.
Well, I want to turn to Martin and tell him, I'm going to say, Martin, I'm just remembering about this dream that I had last night. And I kind of say it just to him. I don't really want Sabine to hear this and then tease me or anything, but I'm saying I had a dream that me and you were mythical fighters, and we were crabmen. We were super crabmen. And now that I'm remembering this dream, I'm just really starting to kind of make me chuckle a little bit and think of how funny that would be. If you could have seen this dream, you would understand.
It's so strange. I had a similar dream, but I don't know. It's also fuzzy, and honestly, I don't know what to believe anymore. But that sounds crazy.
What are you talking down there?
What was that wretched noise? My ears.
So I got us some water. I filled all our water skins.
Cool. So you're kind of on the out. I mean, you went a bit away from the town, I guess, because you were fleeing. If you remember the night that you escaped as crabs, there was an assassination attempt on the princess. I think you actually overheard, and the assassin was actually let out of prison by you guys during your attempt to escape, but he was not successful. And you see now in the morning, you actually see some groups of guards kind of patrolling out around the perimeter. Fairly heavy, not like impassable, but certainly there's enough. There's enough kind of guards with horses and stuff kind of circling around now that it looks like they're ready for any kind of an assault or what might happen. So, how do you want to handle that?
We should move. We're way too close to them.
Well, let's start heading away. Let's not let them get too close. Everybody gather all your things.
Yeah, we don't have much stuff left, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty much ready to go.
Yeah.
Can we determine how far? How long until they reach our location?
It doesn't look like they're necessarily heading directly. They're kind of just patrolling around in general. So it would probably be a while before they'd get to you if they're even going in that direction. But certainly, if you were just like to walk out in the open towards the town, you would be spotted. Whether or not they know exactly who they're looking for, that's a whole other thing. If you remember, you were arrested pretty late at night and actually, and escaped. So, but certainly, if you want to go, so essentially, you're at. Let's open this up so I can see the map. So you are. Give you some geographical information here. You're basically on the eastern shoreline of this very, very large island, and you can pretty much go anywhere except out into the water. If you remember, there are docks that drop down. You'd have to go through the city probably to get to them, or you could, I suppose, go further down the coast and scale down the cliffs to get to them. But it's basically kind of cliff sides, and there are docks at the bottom. You remember, you guys had gone and looked down there. You'd have to walk through the city to get to them, though, because you were in search of, I think, of a boat earlier because you're trying to get home.
Yeah.
One thing I was wondering, maybe we'll have to find somebody in town to ask this question, but can we guess how long of a boat ride it would be based off of the flight here? Because were we awake the whole flight that we could?
Yeah, it took you something like 2 days to get there via flight. So it was flying like at mythical speeds. So you would guess that it would be a pretty long boat ride, like probably a month or something. You actually haven't had any kind of communication with anybody about where you are or even where you're going, so you don't really know.
Well, guys,
yeah, you couldn't let them there.
I'm just gonna say, guys, that I think instead of dodging these troops, we should just head straight for the village, and I don't think that anyone will recognize us from last night.
Survive the dungeon. Yeah, I know. And all of this is done with.
Have we been seen by a lot of guards? Technically, we weren't, right?
No, I think there was a couple of guards that, if you remember, the one was the wife.
It's pretty simple. It takes too long.
Or Marcus.
Yeah.
Marcus.
I know you can get
The
Okay.
So yeah, there
wife
was
of the blacksmith.
yeah, sorry. There was a group, I believe, of 5 guards plus the one that you knocked out. So 6 total guards have seen you that you know of.
Okay, so we could specifically avoid those. Maybe.
Yeah, it's a pretty large town, like thousands of people. It's not a little tiny village.
Yeah.
So you probably, and you do see as you're kind of watching in the morning, maybe kind of figuring out what you want to do. You definitely see people coming in and out of the town, and they're being stopped, but it's not like they're being like overly harassed. The guards are just kind of looking.
Okay. Yeah. In that case, I would agree. I think.
I'll try to go into the town now. You're lepers.
God, still, do we see, or is that noticeable already? Or
Oh yeah.
shit?
Like our faces, are they like? What do they look like? How are they different?
Yeah, so you've got actually, yeah, good. So I was going to do this, so this is good. So go ahead and roll a d6.
Oh no!
Is this just for the lepers?
This is just for the lepers.
It's a 1.
Lost
I win.
1. Okay. So you've lost 1 temporary point of charisma.
Oh, shit.
What? So I lost 6?
Did you really get a 6?
Oh shit! Yeah.
Oh, no.
Okay, so you have lost 5 temporary
Damn.
points and 1 permanent point.
Okay.
But that's just temporary for me, though. You said, right?
Yeah, you haven't done any permanent loss yet, unless you roll the maximum. It's normally going to be a d4, but we hadn't done it in 2 days, so.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're showing a lot, Sibyl. Like you've got
Oh,
your
God.
face is basically. I mean, I guess the positive thing is you still have all your clothes and stuff, so you probably have like a hooded cloak and stuff.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, Martin's probably wearing a dress.
I would rather be naked now.
Yeah, I got like a ratty gray tattered dress on.
Well, whoever has the biggest dresses, maybe okay. Maybe Sabine, you and I should change clothes because
What?
the dress that I'm wearing might cover your sores more, and then I'll wear your clothes.
I just wanted to. Well, you see on her face that she doesn't want to change because she just wants you to suffer wearing that dress. But it actually makes sense. So, yeah. So she would go behind a bush and then hold out her clothing over the bush.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right. So you're putting on her woman's clothes. Well, she's wearing armor.
Yeah, I'm squeezing in like trying to make sure that she doesn't notice I'm about to stretch out her leather
Oh my god.
her nice leather outfit.
So you're wearing like skin tight leather pants.
Rip.
Okay. All right. This is good. All right, and you're gonna try to just like kind of just walk in casually.
Yeah.
And hope that they don't get noticed as lepers, and hopefully I don't get noticed. I'm hoping that they didn't really notice me as much as they noticed Sabine, since she was the one talking to them when we got caught.
Okay, makes sense. Cool. All right, so you're gonna approach you're just gonna try to walk around the front gate.
Yep, and I'll look to the ground though.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna be looking at the ground as well.
So, what have you got actually? You're wearing a dress, Martin. That's all you have. What did Sabine actually have? Do you have a backpack? I guess.
I have
So we have inventory of what you guys are carrying, so see what you look like.
So I had they didn't really take from us like I have a god damn it a tinder box That would have been in my clothing, so I assume I still have that one. And I picked up a dagger.
Right. Okay. In like a backpack. So you're not carrying like a ton of stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Mm.
Okay, I'm just curious like how much stuff you were carrying. So yeah.
Yeah.
Because you had grabbed your bag when you left, but then you lost.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you guys think that we should kind of like huddle or have our arms around each other when we walk in, so maybe they think we're family or something? We don't look as suspicious, maybe.
I don't think that's a good idea. In the end, you will look like we do.
Yeah.
I think I'll be fine if I don't touch. If we don't have skin-to-skin contact.
Well,
it's good that you're having that conversation now as you tried on her, as you're wearing her clothes now. So maybe you could actually make a saving throw versus spells.
I knew that was coming.
I didn't let her put her clothes on. That was so mean. Oh, Mardigan. Let's get a saving throw.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, me too.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I need under, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I need an over.
Over for
Yeah, I
save.
failed.
Over
I
it.
way failed.
Okay, yeah,
that's
so you put her clothes on. Yeah. Okay, so you are now infected with leprosy as well, though it's probably not affecting you yet. Yeah, good. So you're heading towards the town.
Oh man.
She did it on purpose, you know. That was very much thought out.
That's not true. She doesn't have that understanding. She's not a magic user and not a. Oh, shut up.
about 3 minutes, but not even about a minute and a half after Mardigan puts it on, he just after he makes that comment about, you know, I just won't touch you guys skin to skin. He's just like, oh god, and he just feels like such an asshole. He's like, fuck. And he knows that he has it. He's not even gonna say anything. He's just like, fuck it. And the only way he could calm himself down is he's just like, oh well, I guess all in together.
Hell yeah.
All for one and one for all with leprosy.
Da, da, da.
Okay, so you're walking towards the town, and actually you're able to kind of join a decently sized kind of, I don't want to say crowd, like you're not getting really close to them, but there's a decent amount of people approaching all at once as you get there. So you're able to kind of like, the guards don't want to be bothered with stopping every single person, so you actually don't even get stopped. They kind of just wave you past when they see that you look like you're in ratty clothes and you're probably not anything significant. And you're able to actually walk right through the gates. Oh, there you go.
Hello.
Yeah. All right, we should go. All right, that's probably going to bother me in a second. So, yes, you're able to walk right in. So, yeah, you come into this town, which you were in last night, and you see that there's a... again, if you were to follow this main road down to the very center, you're going to see that kind of castle-y place that you were locked in last night, actually. And you did notice that there was like a clerical temple on one side of it. And then there was also that main street that had like a lot of shops. And of course, now they're open. So if you wanted to go to the blacksmith now, although I don't know that you have much to trade at this point.
Yeah, I mean, that's over.
Yeah, I was going to say. I don't really have shit.
Yeah, we would have to offer services. I don't think we're going to be at least me, myself, I don't think I'm slick enough to steal anything, especially in the daytime.
Oh well, I mean, I'm a specialist and I can change my inner self. So while we're walking, I keep an eye on people, don't taking care of their stuff. You know, like a tavern with tables in front of them and patrons sitting there and purse on the table and they look away, stuff like that. Even better it would be if there's like a dagger lying around, something like that. I'll look for.
Okay.
He's still rad. Like, oh, I like you.
All right, so yeah, so you come upon, as you're walking past one of the first taverns, there's a a group of what looks like they might be some kind of like travelers or adventurers. You can tell their clothes are kind of dirty and they're wearing kind of leathers. And one of them that has their seat kind of towards the road. There's nobody sitting in the seat right now, so maybe they went behind the building to pee or something. There's actually a backpack hanging on the back, and there's a sword, a short sword.
Oh my goodness. So I have that dress, and a little bit away from them still, I stop, turn around, and I rip my dress at a convenient seam, which isn't too obvious, right? If I just I mean, it's a flowing skirt, stuff like that. So I just rip it, and when we're close, I stop and take Martin's arm and I point in a direction in front of us, and I exclaim, "Oh, look at this!" And then I hope that everyone doesn't look to me, but in that direction. And then I take the short sword while they are looking down the street and hide it under my skirt, because now I have a slit in the skirt.
And Mardigan helps her distraction. He gets up and he's like, "Yes, over there. Look."
I'll look to Mardigan, really fast, and look at Sibyl and Sibyl. And then, I'll be like, "Oh my god, yeah, what are they looking at? This is crazy."
So possibly you made too much of a distraction, so now everybody's looking at you. We'll let the dice decide. Go ahead and roll a d6.
Damn. I don't need help with you guys.
I guess sleight of hand.
4?
You have 4 in sleight of hand? Oh, wow.
Hold on. No. 4 on my die.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that didn't work.
Well, what is your sleight of hand? No, I'm going to give you a bonus.
1.
Oh.
Yeah.
So actually, you do it like seamlessly, and you just get it under your skirt, and then as soon as Martin opens his mouth,
oh no!
Everybody turns and looks, and they don't actually they don't realize that you took the sword, but immediately somebody points out that it's gone. Like one of the people on the other side of the table is like, "Where's Luke's sword?" And then they start looking around, like everybody looks around on the ground. So you probably have a moment to react if you want to do something.
Are there any rocks around or anything?
I mean, there's cobblestones.
I'd like to pick one up and toss it and hope people look where it hits.
Okay. You're standing in the middle of the street. You're going
I'm going to start tossing. Just pull one up and toss it. Maybe it'll make a loud noise somewhere.
You're prying this thing up out of the ground, and you pull it up, and like you realize once you pick it up and you're about to throw it that everybody's staring at you, and you have a stone in your hand.
Say, "Wow, look at this! This is a big stone," and I'll start walking down the street with it.
So the fact that you're wearing a dress, I think that the people probably think maybe you're a little bit off, and so they actually just kind of look at you, and then they don't do anything. They just let you walk away.
Good. Now, whenever I'm like, a good distance away, I'm going to slam the cobblestone down to make a lot of noise, and hopefully that'll cause a good distraction.
Okay, so what were you guys doing while he was doing this cobblestone distraction?
I look to the people, I look around, and I just smile my now crooked smile, and I say, I'm very sorry. We had to pick him up from the what would be? Do they have a sanitarium or something?
Yeah.
Would that be reasonable? Yeah. So yeah, we had to pick him up, but I think you should go back. Yeah. And I rush after him, tugging at Mardigan's arm.
Yeah, you can see like a look of maybe like pity in a lot of the people's eyes, and they don't really they kind of just like they start looking around for the sword again. They're not really sure where it went. So yes, so you have the sword now.
And I'm doing I'm doing a fast kind of stiff walk, trying not to get noticed, looking at them in the corner of my eyes.
As soon as we're out of sight, I just press it into Mardigan's chest, take it out from under my skirts, and I'll look at him, up at him, and I say, "Would you just let me do my job?"
Cool. Yes. Yeah, so
I'm sorry about that, Sabil.
Yeah, I mean, you do your job, I do mine. Just shut your mouth.
Cool. So you've got this short sword. If you were to quickly look at it, it's made of bronze, and it is a short sword. It
Yeah,
has
well,
this-
it's better than our fist.
Yeah, 100%. Cool. Yeah, so you have that. And if you were to just kind of like casually look around, you see that it looks very similar to other swords that people have on their belt, so it's not going to be super noticeable that you stole it if you were to wear it out.
Very good.
I mean, the fact that you're wearing amazingly skin-tight leather pants is probably much more of a draw than the sword. Okay. So you now have a sword. So where are you guys going?
Yeah, straight ahead to the harbor, right?
Oh, to the harbor. Oh, so you're going to go past the castle
Don't
area?
we?
Yeah.
Well, while we were walking, I'm thinking,
How's everything going?
are we going to be able, even if we're able to get a boat, are we going to be able to survive that journey?
Oh,
I'm kind of.
yeah.
We're gonna need.
Shit.
We're gonna need some sort of magic. We're gonna have to find the equivalent of that wizard
Yeah.
over here. Or we're gonna have to find some sort of I was thinking maybe like this is kind of far-fetched, but have we seen any? We haven't seen any winged creatures since we've been here, have we?
Oh,
No,
the
we haven't.
No.
Only the demon when we came. If we could find another demon.
I just stare at you in disbelief. Listen, Mardigan, maybe you should only act when there is someone to kill. What do you think?
I agree with Sable, honestly.
Oh, and now I'll look at you in disbelief. The first time I think you agreed with her, and not with your child hero.
Well, for once you speak sense, but I reckon it won't happen again, so I'm jumping on the opportunity, Sable.
Oh, man.
You guys look back over at Mardigan, and he's got this look in his face like, duh. you can't tell if he's going catatonic or if he's pissed at you guys.
Maybe both.
He's got a little bit of drool is coming down.
Have we seen something like like an alchemist or real healer or something?
Yeah, well, you see that there's the big temple, which would probably have the priests and stuff. You also down the main street, you could probably look for an alchemist. Sure. If you want to go.
Okay, yeah, I'll look out or something like that. And of course, I look for something that is respectable. I don't want like the quack from the corner street, you know. No, we don't want that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. The first thing you see, then you walk past, which is the guy in the corner that has the little.
Yeah, great. Yeah, I don't even look.
He kind of looks at you and he's like, "Cures all," and he's got like a little flask.
Cure yourself.
Backs off a little bit. Okay, so yeah, you can go down the street and you do actually find an alchemy shop. Let's see. Let me open my phone.
I point at the shop and I say, maybe we should try this, but we don't have any money.
Oh, might as well.
Yeah, but if we don't have money, we can't pay him. And I mean, I can't steal his service. I think.
We'd have to work out some sort of a deal. Maybe they can offer us some temporary work.
Yeah, let's talk to him. And only talk if you are spoken to.
Who are you looking at?
Both of you.
Figure out if you're gonna like try to go.
All right. Let's see what you can do, Seville.
Yeah, I'll keep my mouth shut. Watch what happens.
Actually, and she stops in her tracks and she says, turning around, actually, keep talking. Maybe you distract him so much that I can just take something, without being seen.
So you want us to talk to them or talk to each other in front of them? And
Do whatever you always do, then people stare at you in disbelief like I always do, and I will seize the day.
Sounds like a plan.
Yes. She nods, satisfied.
Cool. All right, yeah. So you're able to go to the alchemist shop, and it says Radir, R-A-R-D-E-R. So Radir is the name on it. Radir Alchemist, and then it has like a little, sign for the alchemist. And you walk in. It's a relatively small shop, but it's got kind of an entry area with a couple of seats, and then there's essentially just a counter, and you see a man standing behind it, a very, very tall man. He's probably like in his late 50s. He's got like kind of white/gray hair. He's very, very tall, and he's kind of slouched over, and he looks up at you, and he says, "Oh, hold on, this is a woman." Okay, so it's a woman. It's an older woman.
Yeah.
Good thing you got a beard. So yeah, so she same thing though, but she's very, very tall, and she looks at you and she says, "Oh, I know what you need."
Yes. That's good. So, I want to be honest here. No, let me ask first. Do you have help for us? The two of us, and I point at Martin and me, because I don't know that Martin has it too.
Right. She looks at you and she says, "Well, I probably could get something for you. But the mission can't help you."
The mission?
Yeah, they're always taking people like you out.
Take people like us out?
To the colony.
But, and what do they do there?
I guess they work and then die eventually.
What? I'll look back to the others.
What are you talking about? This is insane.
No, we can't go to the colony.
I can't believe the story you're telling.
Forget about the mission.
What you got
Forget about the mission.
Yeah, this is
not easy to cure.
This is macabre.
But it's possible, right?
Sure.
And how what would you do? Can you make a potion or what could you do?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Well, the problem is the right herbs and stuff don't grow around here.
And where do they grow?
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? She kind of leans back.
Yeah, she's getting a little impatient because with every minute she's losing more limbs.
And she says, those mushrooms and other herbs that grow around them could be pretty valuable. I see you got a sword there. You know how to use it, Sonny?
He knows. He knows.
Yeah, I could use this sword. I'm a very good swordsman.
Let's see. Well, You probably could get me some herbs. Enough to help yourselves, and then enough for me to pay for the process, and it'll probably help you there.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. Can you tell us exactly where we have to get what?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a map. Then
Great.
she underneath the counter and pulls out like a piece of parchment, and then she calls back. She says, Sonny, get out of here. She basically takes her piece of parchment and she starts kind of drawing this like kind of rough map. And a few minutes later, this probably like 35-year-old guy comes out. He's pretty skinny, and kind of looks like he hasn't worked a day in his life. Like he's definitely like a bum looking guy. And he comes out and he's what do you need, Ma? And she says, you're gonna take these people to get me some ingredients. And he kind of looks at you and he like gets a little nervous because you have leprosy.
Oh.
And he's like, she's like, I need to make sure that I get what I need. And they know how to get back. Go get your stuff. He kind of looks at her and then he turns around and goes out and leaves the room. She says, it's probably going to take you a couple days to get there. Gonna have to go north. She starts drawing this map.
I'll look to the others again. And yeah, she looks like she's a little bit nervous, and then she turns back to the woman and says, be honest. How long do we have?
Most people can make it a month or so.
And I start counting backwards. How long do we have it now?
It's been about a week, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we have to go immediately.
Mm-hmm. She doesn't seem at all rushed because she's old and she's doing her thing.
Oh, she's close to death's door as well, man. Yeah. So.
Yeah. So she starts to draw you a map, and essentially, you have to go all the ways north. It's actually a very simple map because it's literally just like a line going north. All of the coast, all the ways to the very tip. There you will find a glen in which mushrooms grow with purple caps. Get me 24 of the mushrooms. And,
okay.
and then she also like names off a couple other like random herbs to pick up.
Okay.
You probably have a general idea of what they are. She explains what they are. And she says, sorry?
Well, I was just going to say, Mardigan's going to... Did you give us a list, or is this a word of mouth?
No,
she's a list, right?
She's jotting it down on a piece of paper while she says it to you. She's like, she wrote through the map, and then she's like writing on the map.
No, like
I lost you guys for a second. Sorry. I just basically, Mardigan wants to, he's trying to think if he can, if he knows whether or not what we're collecting is enough for 3 doses. Or if I'm going to collect extra, since I haven't told them that I think I have leprosy.
You say that, or you think that?
Well, no, I'm in my head. I'm contemplating about telling you guys out loud and saying, "Hey, I think I got this thing too, guys. So I'm going to collect extra mushrooms and extra herbs."
I mean, it doesn't hurt anyway, right? To get some more, so just for future accidents.
You get the feeling that that she's having you get more than you need because she wants to be able to sell it. Like, she's not just doing this to be friendly. She wants these herbs and they're hard to get.
But we can, of course, I mean, if we need for her 12 all in all, we can just try to get, I don't know, 16 or something.
Sure.
So we're on the safe side.
Okay. I'm just making a note. I'm just going to point out that there was like 4 different things I thought you might do that I made notes for, and this is not one of them. Of course.
You know how it goes.
I know. That's okay. I'm just making a note so I know what I said. 12 mushrooms. All right. So she tells you, and then a little bit later, Sonny comes out, and he's going to bring you basically up for about a day's journey just to get you past the civilized lands to make sure, since you have leprosy. And she's a little bit concerned that the people are going to take you. What you know as the slavers, but the people she calls from the colony. So that's why he's not going to go the whole way with you. He's just going to go while you're local, so that to try to to essentially say that you belong to him, kind of thing. Like they're not going to mess with you because you're with him.
Well,
so with that being done, and it's still being kind of early in the day, he has like his traveling stuff and like a mule that he gets from the back. Like he goes around the back of the building, gets a mule, and she's ready to go. She says, "All right, get back here as quick as you can.
no shit.
And watch out for the monsters." She goes in the back room.
Especially for ass hands.
About this,
Okay, she'll come back with the ingredients you need.
Don't ever speak of ass hands again.
You haven't even seen it.
It haunts me.
The old ass hand. So yeah, so she basically sends you on your way. She's there. Wait a minute. Sonny's with you. So you travel basically along regular roads for the most of the first day, and you get past. You're able to travel 2 hexes in one day, so you travel through there. You're going to go along the coastline. So let me see if you encounter anything whilst you are traveling the first day. Oh, look at you. Sure enough, the first day. So you're heading up, you're traveling about maybe 10 miles when you come upon the thing. Oh, interesting. So you actually come into a field, and you see who he's just mounting his horse now, a man who's wearing a red surcoat with a big white cross on the front of it. He's got plate armor on. He's got a heavy like war horse, sword on his side. He's just mounting his horse, and if you look around him, you see around him on the ground 6 bodies of like men in like chainmail with weapons and stuff, and they are burnt to a crisp. And he mounts his horse, and let me see. No, neither one of you guys were surprised. So basically, you kind of walk up, and he eyeballs you. He doesn't say anything right away. You're kind of a distance away. Sonny, of course, freezes in his path, and he calls out to you, and he says, "You there?"
Yes, good sir.
"What do you seek?"
We're just passing through. We did not mean to disturb you.
"You don't disturb me, as long as you are not a demon, a devil, an agent of chaos, or any such thing."
Okay.
We are no demons. We are but just men and women.
Fuck that shit.
We're actually on a foraging excursion.
Foraging. It's good business. Beware. I think. Yeah. Beware, for 10 miles north of you is the home of some very large lizards. They don't take well to being poked at with that little sword, so be safe. And he gets on his horse and starts to ride away from the shoreline.
Haven't we already had an encounter with some lizards? Sounds familiar.
It does sound familiar, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, it's difficult.
The concept of the game is good.
Well, we can handle one
When it comes down
lizard,
to 2 people, I don't enjoy it.
depending how big.
Oh, wow.
I trust you, Mardigan. Trust those words.
Mardigan.
What was that? You had a bunch of noise again.
I want to. Steer clear of their village, though, seems like the best route, I would say.
That's so fun when you're.
What say you, Sabine?
I think I lost you there.
Yeah.
Not near a village. He was just in a field. He's actually riding away now, unless you stop him. Looks like he did battle with these now very, very burnt men who are in this field.
Things are going up your way, man.
I'm just turning to Sabine and Martin and saying that
I like this game, but again,
it'd probably be best to avoid the lizard village.
Oh,
Would you
hell
not agree?
yeah.
Yes, that sounds a bit too intense for me.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. It could be really bad.
I just want to get those herbs and the mushrooms and get cured. I start crying again.
If you want, I mean, you've traveled basically. You're kind of maybe a little bit far. You won't quite get to the 10-mile mark where he says that the lizards are today, anyways. If you want to try to go around it, you could basically cut off now to the west and give it a wide berth if you'd like. It'll just probably take you an additional day or so to travel.
Oh, jeez. So we have about a month to live. Maybe that's a good idea. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't think we'd come out victorious if we get ganged up on, guys.
Yep.
Okay. So you want to go around it?
Yep.
Cool. So you start to cut to the west, and you travel basically, and then right before nightfall, you come upon something interesting.
Great.
I know. I'm getting good rolls this time. I think I haven't looked at it yet. So you are kind of like going through the woods, you know, because you're on trails basically at this point. Still, you have Sonny with you. He's going to stay with you over this night, then go back. And you start to see it starts to open up where you think you might be able to make camp. And you enter into the kind of small open area. And in the center of the area, it's about a 100-foot diameter kind of pasture. In the center of it is a human-sized, so full life-size silver statue of a nude woman. Looks like there's a actual like life-size statue of a woman. She's nude and she is made of silver in the center of this field. And you're probably, I guess, 50 feet away, roughly.
Uh-huh. Okay.
It's just alone in the field.
Yep. It's a grassy field. The grass is not too high. It's kind of nice.
Yeah.
And there's just a statue sitting there, and it's not tarnished at all. It's a beautiful, gleaming silver statue.
My instinct is to not trust it.
Yeah, I kind of.
Well, you remember what happened the last time we got close to a statue, right?
Well,
Yes.
actually, we got honey.
Well, no, that wasn't the last. That wasn't the last statue that we encountered.
Oh, what was the last one?
The last one we ended up getting. You and I ended up getting smacked with trees. I think one of them smacked you in the butt. Remember
Oh, yeah. She remembers.
So you have this conversation, and you notice that Sonny is approaching the statue with his eyes wide open, and he says, "This looks like it's made out of solid silver. We could take this. We could be rich."
I don't know.
that? I'm gonna say, sure, go ahead, Sonny. Go check it out. Go grab it. See if it's too heavy that we can't carry it back.
Well, we'll definitely take all of us to carry it. So he gets like a rope off of his off the side of the mule, and then he starts walking towards it. And let's see what happens.
I'm gonna say to the other two, I think we should stay right here and just watch what happens.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he walks up to the statue with his rope, like he's going to try to pull it over or whatever. And when he gets like pretty close to it, all of a sudden, her mouth, like her face, kind of animates and starts moving, and she starts to sing. And it's a beautiful song. And make a saving throw.
Oh.
Versus
Spell?
Yep. Ooh, actually.
Damn. Okay, that looks good. Save. Ooh, barely, yeah.
I know I'm not, but I feel like there should be some modifier that I'm forgetting about. But my saving throw for magic is 16. Yeah, I failed it with a 12.
Yeah, mine is much better.
Okay.
No, I failed.
Okay, so did anybody pass?
Yeah, I did. By one.
All right. So you see. So the three men, they stop and they're entranced by the song, and they're kind of watching the statue, and then all of a sudden they collapse. And they are asleep. Very soundly. So now you're in a field with the mule and three sleeping dudes. Actually, no, the mule probably asleep. That might be a well. Why not? Yeah, the mule actually passes.
Oh my goodness, this reminds me terribly of last night. This can't be happening here. They constantly change shape or they fall asleep. And for 5 minutes, she's just standing in the field crying again. And then she rushes over to Mardigan and just pokes his ribs with her with the tip of her boot.
He doesn't.
Wake up!
Smart.
Mardigan's like,
No, the one built the thing, the trenches.
He just kind of goes and rolls over.
Does he wake up?
I love playing, you know.
and then I fell back asleep.
Yeah. It doesn't.
Oh my god.
But weren't we far enough? I thought we were far enough from the kid.
As long as you could hear it. Being close to it activated it, but all you have to do is like hear it. 50 feet away, you don't hear it.
So how did Sabine not fall
She
asleep?
passes it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we failed.
She plugged her ears just in time.
So yeah, it's like.
I love that.
Explain to me like what you do for the next 10 minutes, trying to wake them up before you finally give up.
Was there a stream close by or something?
Sure.
Okay, so I rush over and I refill my oh no, I don't have my, although it was in my back, so I should have my wineskin as well. I just remembered. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Okay, so I refill it if needed, and I splash water in Mardigan's face. He's my test subject, so let's see what works on him. Doesn't?
Nope.
Great. Then I start singing. What?
The mule seems interested in it, but it doesn't.
Oh, jeez. So I heard that story about the sleeping princess, and she thinks about it for 30 seconds and then thinks, okay, he will never know. So I try to kiss Mardigan and see if he wakes up.
No.
God damn it.
That should work, actually.
What?
No, that should work. But no, and it's basically a magical sleep that they're going to sleep for a while. So you probably eventually get sick of trying them. And actually, they sleep. You guys have a very sound sleep throughout the night. And you don't turn into crabs or anything. And Sybil, you probably don't have a very good sleep because you're frustrated that nobody...
Yeah, I just sit in the field and I can't believe that's my fate.
Yeah. So the night passes, basically. Well, actually, let me check for wandering monsters since you're the only person awake. Nope. Okay. So the night passes. You just sit in the field and nothing seems to bother you. And in the morning, you guys wake up fully refreshed.
Thank God.
With a very nice sleep.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So all of our well, the two lepers roll a d4, -1 for lost points of charisma.
What do we have? We have 3 lepers now.
Well, he hasn't taken effect yet. It takes 3 days before that happens.
Mm.
Yeah.
Sorry, what do I do?
So roll a d4 -1, and that'll be how many points of charisma you'll lose temporarily.
Okay.
But if you roll a 4, then you lose 1 point permanent.
Okay, I rolled a 1.
Well, so nothing today.
Oh, thank God.
How about Martin? Did you lose any charisma? Are your sores getting worse?
They are getting worse. God damn it.
Uh-oh. Doesn't sound good.
Use the D6, yeah?
No, d4.
D4, oh.
D4
God,
-1.
okay. Right. I rolled the D6 just without even thinking. So I had a fucking 6. The D4 got a 2, so -1, yeah, 1.
Okay, so just 1 then, and nothing permanent. So you only have 1 temporary.
Okay, so I gained back the other one, yeah?
No.
No, okay, so now I have total of 2 temporary ones down.
Yeah, those won't go away until the lepers gets killed.
Okay, cool.
Any permanent ones will be scars that will remain, and you won't get that back.
Gotcha. Not so bad.
No, yeah, you're doing all right, actually. You're actually not showing very much.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's next morning. Yeah, so you're heading in the diagonal direction, right? I guess that's what you're doing. Does anybody want to look for food or anything? If you guys want to roll bushcraft, you can.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, we're shitty enough at it, so...
I got a 2. I don't think that's good, though.
No.
Need the 1.
Oh, I rolled a 1!
Nice. I also got a 2. So
Ooh,
Nice.
for once, we get decent food. Yes.
Yeah, so probably because you were there all night by yourself, you had time to just kind of walk around, or
Exactly.
and you gather that when they wake up in the morning, you've got a nice breakfast for them.
Oh, great. Yeah, you don't
good job,
deserve
Sophia.
that,
Thank
though.
you so much.
Yes,
You're welcome.
You've done something very good here. Very good for us.
Man.
We'll make up for it. This we owe you big time now.
Well, you had a good night of sleep, so you better be.
Okay, so Sunny actually leaves in the morning, and you have the little map, and you know where you're going. And so you start off and you travel the first part of the day with really, nothing really interesting happening. Just kind of this is, since you're so close to the shore, there's like little villages and stuff that you can probably avoid or go to if you decide you want to. But it's mostly just kind of there's like trails, so it's not too hard. You're not like having to like go through and chop through woods to walk through. You're just kind of walking through these trails, and every once in a while you probably hear like signs of villages, and you see little streams go by and stuff. So it's a fairly active area, but not crazy. You know, you can definitely avoid people if you want to. And about halfway through the day, somebody that you can avoid, because an encounter happens. Well, you guys are hitting a lot of stuff today. Cool. All right. So you're actually walking along these paths. It's actually heading somewhat uphill because you're choosing to avoid that other area. So you have to kind of go up a little bit. It's not really into the mountains, but it's like in the foothills of the mountains. And at first, when you come around this corner, you think it's another statue, but then you realize that it's actually a man. He's standing there. He's got a plate armor on. And a shield on his back. He's also wearing one of those clerical robes like you saw the other guy with the surcoat with the cross on it. He's got a big two-handed sword. It's kind of like right here, sticking in the ground. He's just like looking off, like contemplating. And when he sees you, he kind of turns towards you. And he says, "Good day, travelers. What do you seek?"
I don't know about that. I shout back.
You don't know what you seek?
I'm gonna say we mean you no harm. Please let us go about our business.
What he said.
I have no problem with you. I am just here contemplating existence in the universe. What do you contemplate, travelers?
Survival.
I'm gonna turn.
He says, it's not all it's cracked up to be. I was granted the gift of never aging, nor do I need food or drink or sleep, but I'm not satisfied. I must know the secrets of the world.
I'll lean over to the others. What an idiot. He doesn't even know what he has.
Maybe you should tell him that.
I don't care. We don't have time for this. We're dying. I think last night my toe fell off.
And I'm gonna say to the two of them, we can't let these guys know that we have leprosy.
Oh, of
I have a
course.
bad feeling
As
about
if
this.
he wouldn't see that. And I hold my face in front of yours.
Yeah, I kind of.
These guys are.
Yeah, I just try to look away a bit so he doesn't see anything on my face.
Okay.
These guys are from the mission. They've got to be. And I'm saying this whispering there, whispering.
Friday.
But
He just, so you guys are talking amongst yourself. He just kind of, he kind of starts to ignore you. He's just kind of looking out over the view of the land.
why do you think he's from the mission?
It's just the garbs that he's wearing, the garbs that the other guy had, and it just started making me think the burning of the bodies. What if he was burning the lepers from the colony?
Oh God, her eyes grow wide. Let's hurry.
So we start trying to nonchalantly kind of go while the guy's not paying attention to us. Just
Okay.
sally forth.
That's cool. So you go past him. I mean, he's not standing like in your way, really. You can just go around him. And as you pass, he doesn't even turn towards you, but he says, when you know what you seek, you will find the answer. And then he let you go past.
He doesn't know shit. We know what we seek. We just want mushrooms.
So
Well, maybe if he's right, we're gonna find everything we need.
eventually will go away.
I hope he's right.
Cool. Awesome. All right, cool. So you travel then for the rest of that day. Now you're just kind of circled around. So you're probably, at the end of this day, you're probably about the equivalent of where you would have been if you had gone. You're just north of that 10-mile part. So you're trying to avoid that area as you kind of settle in for the night. If you wanted to run a bushcraft to see if you find any food or if you have to eat rocks again tonight, go ahead and do that. I'm just going
Oh, God. Maybe we're lucky. Oh, no. This time, no.
Mardigan found nothing. I'm sorry, guys. I keep letting you down.
Where did Daniel go?
I as well. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I think you had to get water or something, maybe?
Oh, God, I get a coffee. Be right back.
Yeah, I guess I'll go grab something as well.
You can't be it.
Okay, sorry about that. Did you find any food? Did everybody leave me? Yes.
I'm back. Just want to grab the water. Sorry.
No problem. Did everybody just run out and get drinks? I suppose we could have just taken a break. I didn't realize how late it was.
Yeah, I think.
I was just losing my voice.
Yeah, I think I might go to go get coffee. I also have some haunted ghost pepper tortilla chips that I've been eating the past week.
Oh, that sounds interesting. So they're hot, I'm assuming.
They're incredibly hot. I bought 4 bags of them. I've been working my way through them slowly, trying to build a tolerance, but it's so painful.
Nice.
I also bought a bunch of habanero pepper powder and ghost pepper powder for cooking. I don't know what's gotten into me lately.
Just going for the spice.
Yeah, it's something I've never explored. So I was like, all right, well, I want to be able to eat spicy food and not, chicken out.
Yeah. Every once in a while, I'll buy some of this really kind of interesting hot sauce that's crazy hot just because it's interesting. It's got to be good though. I think that's
right.
Do you guys know anything about this?
Whoa, that looks cool.
Oh, interesting.
Using the fate system.
Oh, the fate system with the funky dice. Any system that I can buy extra dice for, I like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is 2 plus 1 person.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah! Here!
Check this out. This is another new. This is a new release.
Oh, whoa, that's tight. Is that like a campaign? Yeah, okay, cool.
It's a Pulp Cthulhu campaign
Oh, nice,
for
nice.
Call of Cthulhu.
That's awesome.
I got this.
Nice. Man, that store is badass.
Yeah, it really is.
They cannot do anything. So I will buy.
I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go real quick over here.
Sorry about that. Oh, everybody leave again?
I'm back.
I think Carlos just went to go take a quick minute.
Okay. Yeah, my cat is now taken to catching bugs and putting them into her water.
Good.
But then she won't drink the water because there's a bug in it. So it's like, well, why do you keep doing it? It's not even dump the water out.
What?
Sounds very cat-like. Sounds like a cat thing to do.
Cool.
I got this bug. I'm gonna put it in the water.
Yeah, and then blame you for it, I'm sure.
Right. And it's like, look at this water has bugs in it. It's like,
That's so
Nice.
great.
that's her new show. We'll see what happens there. So yeah, my voice is holding up, so that's good. I haven't gone completely silent yet. Oh, that's interesting. There's a new weird thing on the top of my screen. Show emoji symbols.
What?
Yeah, it's like a new keyboard. Oh, look at that.
Show what symbols?
It's at the very top of my thing. Can I just type emojis now? Let me see what happens if I do this.
Uh-huh.
No, dude.
Dang.
I don't know what's happening. I think this color.
Was that a MacOS thing or is that in Hangouts?
No, I think no. It's in macOS. It doesn't.
Okay.
This doesn't let me use it there though.
Interesting.
Weird. Yeah, it just popped up on the top and it has like a little thing where, oh, there's arrows. Oh, there's so many things I can do. I can't show you any of them because I can't. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah. Oh, computers. So did anybody find food or?
No.
All right, so you're back to eating rocks. Although you guys have actually worked out. Oh, there you go. Nice. That's actually worked out pretty well for you. You haven't had to eat too many pocky. What is that?
Oh, those are good.
You don't know what Pocky is?
Yeah, those are so good.
It's a Japanese treat.
Oh.
They're like Japanese cookie sticks dipped in chocolate.
Yeah, they are so tasty.
Fort Lauderdale, so I can go to a cool game store and eat Japanese treats.
Oh yeah, man, come on down.
I actually will be down at the end of the summer, so I'll come. We'll have to hook up.
Yeah, I'm going to Destin at the end of the summer or somewhere.
Well, you
So very close
fuckers.
to.
You can always
do a
meet
lot of,
up in that big country. Not far away.
Actually, it would be easier for all of us to meet up if we lived in your country.
Yeah, exactly. You're living in the wrong country.
Yeah, it'd be so much cheaper.
We really are.
Okay, so I guess. Oh, let's see if anything happens overnight. Nope. All right, so you get up the next morning and you're heading north. So now you're kind of you're there. So you think you'll be able to get there in 2 more days if you just make a beeline. So let me just roll through this thing to see what happens. First part of the day. Oh, look at you getting so lucky. Oh, interesting. Okay, so you're moving along the coastline, and it starts to get like fairly forested, and you realize that if you were to kind of stay on the path that you're going, it's probably going to take you even longer, and you're probably getting a little bit nervous about how long it's taking because of the whole you're going to die. So you decide to kind of go down the rocky coastline. You're walking along the shore, which is a nice ocean breeze or whatever. When you kind of notice a whole series of caves that you have to pass. And you're kind of passing them cautiously, probably, when something darts out. And let's see if you are surprised, because that's going to be a big deal if you are. Ooh, this is not a good thing. I'm
Why does
surprised.
he
1 or
do
2.
that?
I'll even let you roll. One of you guys roll a d6 and tell me if you're surprised.
I kind of feel like I'm going to be surprised. I got a 3.
Not surprised. Good. All right, you're not surprised.
Oh, wow.
Do each of us roll, or
Actually,
That's a group thing, I think.
okay?
Actually, do you each roll on this? I don't think
I
so.
surprised
Rolling on.
myself by not being surprised.
No, I think it's a group thing. That's how I usually do it. Otherwise, it becomes a real pain in the butt to keep track of. So you're not surprised, but neither is this creature who steps out. And let me just look at it and tell you what happens. Oh, I have to see how far away it is, too. Because you're not surprised. Oh, it's pretty far away. 90 yards away. So it is a really oh, interesting. Oh, wow.
Can you stop saying
Okay.
that?
No, this is good. Okay, so
I'm still nervous.
you're coming across this kind of rocky area of the the shore, and this thing really blends in. So you're not surprised by it because maybe it moves before you can before you get too close to it. So it's about 90 yards away. So that's 90 meters in German, roughly, a little bit less than that. So you're about that far away from it when you see it moving. It is a huge snake. A huge snake, like it's probably like this much around, and it's long and it's coiled up. And what's interesting is you start to see part of like the snake's tail move, and a cat comes and attacks you.
Cool.
Oh my gosh. Now I'm really nervous. I wasn't before.
Nice.
Okay, I have to make sure. Nope, she's not gonna stop. Sit right there. Okay, she's making a lot of noise. All right, so the snake turns towards you with this giant cobra-like head, and you notice as well that wings spread out from the back of it, and all of a sudden there's like this. It's not really a cloud, but you can see because the way the air is. Just this like gas coming off out of all of its pores. It's just like coming out this like gas from it, kind of shoots in all directions. And let's roll initiative to see if this gas actually happens before or after you guys react.
Gas out of the snake, because why not, right?
They rolled a 3.
Ooh, I rolled
Give us initiative.
6 plus 6. Yeah, so 6.
Okay. All right, good. So you guys get first. So you see this thing turn. It starts to open its wings. And what would you like to do? It only rolled a 3, so we're doing side initiative. So
Run.
you guys go first. You want to run away?
Well, I'm gonna definitely pull out my sword.
Okay.
And make a motion, kind of for them to stand back, stand behind me. But whatever they say, if they say let's run, I'm gonna take off with them. But I'm ready to protect them.
That's very brave of you.
Yeah, I don't know with that gas, if it's a good idea to get close, Makes me a little bit nervous.
Just a little bit?
Just a little bit.
So 90. Oh, yes, you're running?
Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think?
I don't really have a good feeling about slaughtering this giant snake with this short sword.
Yeah.
We could always jam it. If I could jam it into its head through the brain, should be long enough to reach the brain.
Okay.
Or we haul ass. I mean, what can you guys do? What can you guys do to help? We still have a rope.
Well, I hold up my dagger with that really short blade compared to a short sword.
So you could start stabbing it multiple times.
Or run.
And I could try to pierce its brain.
It's 90 yards away. You can move basically 40 yards, so you won't be able to get to it even if you ran at it this time. But yeah, you could certainly run towards it if you want to try to attack it. It is big. I'll point that out.
As far as running away, the only way to get away is the direction backtrack, right?
That's right. Or into the water.
Into the moor, huh?
Well, I'm much more like the ocean.
I just froze on you guys. What was the last thing you said?
You could run back along the beach. You could run out into the ocean to try to go around it. Like, I mean, it's not the beach itself. It's close to the caves are close to the cliff. The beach itself is probably about 100 yards wide. So it's kind of close to the cliff. You could run out directly into the ocean and try to go around it, or you could go back the way you came, which is probably going to set you back half a day at least.
Yeah. Go around it. I think.
Those are your running options. Or you could run right at it, I suppose, and try to fight it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, let's go around. Let's go down through the moors to the beach, to the shore.
All right.
So you're going to run into the ocean, basically?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can run 120 if you're unencumbered, which I don't think anybody's encumbered because you're basically
No.
nothing. So that would put you, let's try to figure it out. 90 yards is 270, so 300. Okay, so yeah, no, I can still get you because its gas goes 500 feet. So this thing just basically does like a gas burst. It just goes, and you actually see the air kind of move, almost like if you're like in the desert, sometimes where just you can just see the air come, and everybody makes a saving throw versus poison.
No, here we go. Let's see. Got a 16.
No.
My poison is 12, so I make it. Yeah, yeah.
Or directly touch it.
Failed.
I got a 5 under 12.
Jesus. Okay. And how about our specialist?
I failed.
Okay, your hit points are reduced by half.
So I'm on 1 then.
You only had 2?
3.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay, here's something I just want to make sure I'm doing right. I'm pretty sure that I am, but each time we leveled up, I got an extra hit dice of hit points each time, right? There was nothing that stopped me from. Okay. Okay. So I'm losing 5 right now.
Okay, because you have 10.
Say that again.
How many hit points do you have?
I've got 22.
So you're losing 11.
Okay.
Recharge. I will set defense.
And Martin passed.
I did.
Yeah. Cool. And you guys run into the water, and you can basically it doesn't move actually. It's just like looking at you. As we go to the next round, let's roll initiative again.
Oh boy.
It rolled a 1, so it's slow. I guess it's big.
2.
Okay, so you go first. So you're
I'll
probably
run.
like knees or so in the water. So you're gonna run what, further into the water, away from it?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna swim, basically.
Hold on. Better. I dive under the water. I mean, it's gas, right? It shouldn't be able to infuse the water. Oh, we'll see.
I haven't read that far down the paragraph, but we'll find out.
Are you gonna take a deep? You're gonna take a deep breath first.
And you're gonna swim out there.
You're gonna
I
take
hope
a deep
so.
breath.
Mm.
A deep breath.
I will then.
Cool. So you you dive underwater, and does everybody diving underwater?
Yeah, when I see Sabine do that, I'm gonna dive right in.
Yeah, I suppose seeing Martin can do it, Martin will as well.
Cool. All right. So you actually all dive under the water, and you're like, I guess, swimming out a little bit further away to get further away from it. And when you pop back up and you kind of look in its direction, you see that it is, it kind of, it's just sitting there for a minute, and it kind of looks in the direction that you're at, and then it actually goes into the cave.
Stay there, you little nasty creature. God damn it. And she looks terrible right now. Not only because of her sickness, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're wet and it's all salt water. It's probably burning your.
Yeah,
wound.
and I'm on 1 hit point. Yeah.
Even with the lesions, you're still beautiful, Seville.
And she stomps off. She just can't listen to that shit right now. Man.
Okay. So soaking wet, you continue down the down the beach for the rest of the day. And let's see in the evening if you encounter anything else. Oh man. So I guess it's not tremendously cold, so it's not bad that you're wet. I mean, it's probably uncomfortable for a while, but it starts to dry up. By the time you kind of maybe start to make camp at night, and you actually go ahead and roll a bushcraft. And you can actually have a bonus of 1 on it because.
Oh God. Yeah, roll a 6.
I got a 6 as well. Damn it.
I got a 3, so 1 bonus doesn't help me. Almost.
Okay, so you don't find because you've hunted on the beach before and you've got the what do you call it, clams, but you don't find anything this time. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'll let you roll your own again. Roll to see if you're surprised by this thing that comes at you as you're looking around for food at the end of the day.
I roll. Come on. A 5?
Nope, you're not surprised. And neither is it, but you see how far away it is when you spawn it. Okay, it's about 50 feet away from you. You see kind of a really weird sight. You see what looks like a hoop. About maybe 4 feet in diameter, and it is rolling along the beach towards you.
Okay.
I'm going to stand there, and my mouth is going to kind of open, and my eyes are going to squint a little bit, and I'm kind of looking at I don't take my eyes away from it, and I just say to Martin and Seville, "Do you guys see that, or am I seeing things? What the fuck?"
I totally agree for once. What the fuck?
I'm rolling initiative to see.
No.
We got a 5.
5 as well.
Okay, so simultaneous. Okay, so this thing comes rolling. This hoop comes rolling at the beach really, really fast, and it basically it has just enough movement to get to. So it basically gets right in front of you, and the hoop breaks apart, and it's actually a snake.
Oh God.
That has 2 heads, 1 on each side of it, and they were like basically clamped together, and it formed into a hoop, and it was rolling towards you. So it's got these 2 snake heads that's in front of you, and it's going to attack 2 of you. But I think it probably used all its movement that round, so it can't attack this round. So you guys will get an attack at it first. But there is a snake in front of you. What would you like to do? It's like a normal size snake. It's a relatively large snake, but not.
Run!
Okay. do either of you guys still have rope?
No.
No.
I don't think we have shit. Really?
I used my rope for us to escape, and it's now hanging on the wall of the prison, of the castle.
Yeah.
Okay. And the other rope we had was around those damn water horses, those damn water harpies.
Yep.
Yes.
Sonny didn't give you anything. He just kind of went
okay.
Back.
Yeah. Could try wrestling one if it's big enough.
Yeah.
Wrestling one of the snakeheads?
Go, you go first.
Yeah, I could try to wrestle it.
Uh-huh.
Because if we can kill it, that could be valuable.
Huh.
Yeah, it's a 2-headed snake, basically, but with the snake with the heads on either end. So it's almost like 2 snakes.
Yeah, I'm just throwing out options. I don't know if it's actually something I should try.
You're gonna try to grab it, attack it with your hands?
The only other thing, I don't have. Obviously, there's no way I have my backpack still, right? No way.
No, you weren't.
Yeah, I was naked.
Yeah.
You have Sibyl's clothes that are very tight on you, and
Sibyl.
And you have a short sword made of bronze.
And
I don't have anything, though, do I? No.
You have a woman's dress.
performance stress, right?
The stone pendulum, though. Sabine kept it, right?
Yeah, exactly. I have it. Yeah.
And she has the Sabine's wearing also a tattered dress, and she has a backpack on that has a tinderbox, which is probably sticky because of the honey that you carried in it, and she's got whatever else you said that you had, and the cusp, and also the pendulum with the mix of food. So, what do you guys want to do?
Yeah, I'm definitely running. I only have 1 hit point, so
Okay.
I'm so done.
Yeah, I think we should run, Martin.
Okay.
Well, if that's the consensus, yeah, let's do it. At least so we're better prepared.
He's going to turn and run. Okay. So it's going to be able to get at least 1 attack on you guys, then if you're going to run. But I think because it's two-headed, and because of the way it's shaped, it's probably going to have to only attack with 1 if it wants to also chase you, because you're going to... Let me just check the rule on this. I think if you're running, move. Charge, characters with weapons can receive a charge automatically. Characters, I think you can, if you're running, yeah, so it gets a +2 to it basically because it's okay, pursuit. When the character party is running from another, okay, that's that. So it's going to actually strike out at one of you guys before you get out of range, to which I will roll randomly. All right. So. Okay, never see that again. I'll try this one. So that's actually Mardigan. So this thing shoots one of its heads out towards you, and rolls a 10 plus 2 is 12. You're not wearing any armor, right? So that actually hits you.
No armor.
Yeah. Because, oh no, you are wearing armor. Because Sybil, did you have armor? Is that what you're wearing?
Yeah, I have leather, I think. Yeah, it's leather.
Yeah, because remember you guys aren't wearing armor. So actually, it misses you. It lunges out and it like grabs into the armor, but it doesn't actually penetrate.
Yeah. That's 14 AC, by the way, unmodified.
Yeah. So
Don't know if you have a dex modifier or something.
Yeah, and you lose dex if you're running. It's attacking you from behind, so it would just be the armor that you have. So, so 14, but it actually misses because it only got 12. So it tries to clamp into you, but you're able to run away. And is it going to pursue is the question. So I'm going to roll to randomize that. It doesn't. Actually, you hear it kind of hissing and stuff as you're running away, and it doesn't seem to follow you. So you're able to probably very warily make camp that night, having been attacked by 2 very weird snakes. And you find like a little cave or something, and you're able to set up camp, no problem.
I hate this island.
Thanks.
I hate it so much.
Shit.
Oh no, we don't know if it's an island, or do we?
Yeah, you know it's an island.
Oh, we know it. Okay. Yeah, I hate it. Did I remember, or do I remember correctly that or that I at least couldn't regain hit points, or was that a different game? Because Daniel's gone. Damn it!
No. We yeah. When you go down to 0 hit points, you start losing your con.
What is he doing on the ground?
Down on the ground. Yeah, because of the leprosy, you 2 guys can't regain your hit points back.
Oh, okay. So
you and Mardigan's still good for another day, so you'll get your hit points back tonight.
Okay.
Mardigan, but everybody else can't regain hit points overnight. So I'm just looking for this die. I hate having a lost die. Give me 1 second. Sorry. Sorry about that. All right. Need that D6. Okay, so yeah, you're able to camp. So anybody, so basically just Mardigan, you get that half hit points that you lost, you get that back. So you're back up to 22. Nobody else can regain hit points though, because you got the leprosy. And also you got to roll actually this would be day 3 for you. So Marty can roll save versus spells to see if that starts happening to you, where you can't get hit points back. And then you guys rolled about your charisma to see. Did you guys just roll your d4 for your charisma loss? D4 minus 1. The other 2.
1 then.
Okay, so you need 1.
I got a critical failure, a 1.
Yeah.
For my,
All right. Then at this point, Mardigan, you will not be able to regain hit points either until you're cured of your leprosy. How about Martin? Did you lose any charisma today?
2.
2. Okay. You guys are getting pretty scarred up then.
Yeah, I'm down to 7 temporary.
Oof, okay. Yeah, you guys are looking pretty bad, but you think that today you will make it to where you need to go. So let me just see what happens. We'll roll all 3 of these at once for our encounters of the day. That was a busy day. You went like all this time without any encounters, and 2 in one day. So, morning passes without much problem. I mean, you definitely see that there's a decent amount of people around. Like, you see footprints and you see signs of people, but you don't really encounter anybody. Like I said, there's like small villages here and there, but nobody really bothers you, and you're able to get through the first part of the day. However, on the second part of the day, you actually encounter somebody. You encounter a group of clerics. Oh, no, hold on. I read that wrong. Pilgrims. I have to roll here. 5. Okay, interesting. So let me see how far away before you notice these. Okay, you're about 100 yards away when you notice a group of people in tattered clothing that look like maybe they're not in the best shape in the world, possibly more lepers, are standing out basically on the outskirts of a small, like what looks to be a village. It's probably like about 4 huts total, and somebody is like standing there like with a staff, kind of talking to them, and they don't see you at this point.
does the person with the staff have tattered robes?
No. It looks like an older gentleman.
All that criticism is like,
It looks like they're having a discussion. He doesn't look like he's like attacking them.
Okay, he's not talking down to them.
Well, that's hard to say from this far away, but he's not like threatening them with the staff or anything. He's just standing there, somewhat blocking their way, but that's hard to really say.
I'm gonna just speak my mind out loud to Seville and Martin. I'm gonna say, if that is the leopard village, we need to be careful not to get confused as escaped lepers. You two, especially.
Yeah, I'm not looking too good. Look at me. No, maybe lift up my dress and you'll see this is scabs and stuff.
That is not a visual that I want. I don't know if that's the first time you've ever said that in a game or not, but
it's like a Ren and it's also I'm picturing like a Ren and Stimpy cutscene. One of the Ren and Stimpy close-up cutscenes. Lifting up the swords everywhere.
Yuck.
We've got to fix this soon. Really.
Yeah, so it's kind of like midday. You probably could just go around the scene, or you could see what's going on. That's up to you guys. They're a decent amount of distance away, and nobody's addressing you at all at this point. Or you can see what's going on. It's up to you.
I don't know. Sabila's like moving decisively
Are these guys going to notice
away.
Are these guys going to notice us?
They might. I mean, you don't have to pass them per se, but you're kind of in a relatively open area. at this point. That's why you see them so far away. You're, let's say, at the edge of a meadow, following like this road, and they're kind of like down here talking, and there's like paths that go to it. So if you keep going this way, they could literally turn around and probably see you. But you don't have to walk past them per se.
Unless you guys feel like you want to try to ask these villagers or that man for anything, I think we should steer clear of this area and stick to the plan.
I totally agree.
Let's stick to the plan and get back to the village as soon as possible with the city, rather. Get back to the city.
It's a good plan. Good plan, Mardigan.
Okay, cool. So you do that, and you're. Let me see if you're able to get past them with this one. Yeah, you sense that possibly the group of lepers might have like noticed you, but they didn't call out or anything to you. They were too busy. Like not the main, let's say the leader of that group who was talking to the guy at the village, but maybe somebody that was in the back of the group probably turned around and saw you, but they didn't say anything to you. So you're able to just go past with no problem. Nobody really addresses you at all.
Thank God we're dressed so weird, right?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to have anything to do with us. Yeah.
That is true. The glorious life of an adventurer. Let's see. Okay, so as you're crossing through near the end of the day, you kind of, again, open up into kind of an interesting clearing. I'll read the box text for you. The thick growths of dying, rotten cactus choke the black soil, from which grow white lichen and rust-colored grasses. An odor of decay fills the air. Let's see. The cacti themselves have swollen into abominable shapes, I should say, unlike any mundane cacti. So basically, you see some really weird-looking cactus that are all pumped up.
But that's not what we're looking for, right?
Nope.
Mm-hmm. Can we walk around it?
You could go around it, or you could make that choice in the morning, probably, because you won't be able to get around it now. Like you probably have to backtrack a bit and camp. It'll probably slow you down by a bit if you go around it, but you can certainly do that. Unless you want to travel at night. Because at this point, it's relatively large. You'd have to like go back a bit and then go around it.
Yeah. Do you guys think?
I think we should at least try to make it. Find the mushrooms or the herbs, whichever we find first.
You won't make it there today, no matter what. Probably if you go right through this thing, you'll probably get there tomorrow, like mid-afternoon, like I should say late morning, early afternoon. If you go around it, it'll probably be like tomorrow night before you get there. So you'll lose about half a day's travel.
Did we realize that?
Yeah, I think you figure that out. Because you could look and say, well, it's about this wide, and if we go this way, we're gonna. You have a map, so you have a pretty good idea of where you're going. So far, you've basically been delayed roughly a day or so, based with you having to go around things. This will set you back another like half a day.
Okay, well, I'm good with camping if that's what you guys want to do.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm feeling kind of tired and weak, so I'd like to camp.
Oh. Although realizing that we kind of don't rest anymore.
Well, yeah, if you don't actually rest, then you'll eventually start to have exhaustion.
Yeah, but I mean, to her, it feels like she can rest as much as she wants, and she does regain hit points mechanically. So,
yeah, for sure. You definitely feel like the rest is not doing you very good. You wake up every morning sore and actually looking worse.
How long until we become tired? I mean,
yeah, you could travel. I mean, mechanically, like you would have to make a saving throw if you or a Constitution check rather if you decide to travel all night. And if not, then you'll sustain some kind of exhaustion. But you certainly can do that. You can travel at night if you want. it's a actually. Let me check the weather. Where's my weather table? See if it's cloudy or not, because you don't have torches or anything anymore either. I think you lost all that stuff. They do have a tinderbox though, so I guess you've probably been like kind of just like making fires and doing the best you can, but you don't have like an official torch. So it might be tricky to travel at night. You'll have to keep lighting up sticks. Although actually it's partly cloudy, so it's not completely dark. And actually you're still coming out of the. Remember there was a full moon probably 4 days ago, so it's still pretty bright out. It's been almost a week, so you're about a half moon now. You can travel at night if you want. That's what you want to do.
So do you think we should travel all night, you guys? Do you think you'd be able to do it without passing out? Constitution-wise?
Well, yeah, I could find the power in me, I think.
Yes, Sabul agrees. Oh, good God.
I think I can. My constitution is okay.
It should be. It's not there.
Yeah. So you guys want to motor on through the night? Let's see what happens. Oh, cool. So you're traveling, and after a few hours of travel, it starts to get very, very windy. And you're like very windy. It's a little bit. I mean, it's kind of fallish, the weather, I guess. So it's probably cooler at night, and then with the wind, it's maybe a little uncomfortable traveling. But you know, it's not mechanically, it's not really a big deal. But you're kind of traveling along, and at one point, the wind just gets so bad that you decide to kind of duck into a tree line. And when you do, you actually kind of get out of the wind. You notice that there's a cave, and inside the cave there seems to be a fire. And you notice that as soon as you see that, actually, go ahead and roll to see if you're surprised by this, but I don't think you will be.
Marcus' turn.
You're only going to be surprised on the one because it's pretty obvious.
All right. 3.
Okay, yeah, so you're not surprised. So you step out and you see this like cave and you see a fire and you're probably thinking for a second, oh, there must be somebody camping. And then you notice basically the silhouette of a very, very large person standing in the cave. So they're standing like in the door, if you will, of the cave, and the fire is behind them. So you see their silhouette, and they're probably about twice as wide as what you consider a normal person to be. And they definitely see you. And they're only 60 feet away. So let's actually roll initiative because it's actually going to come at you. Get rolled a 4.
I think you're going to roll it for us, Sabil? Or do you want me to? Me to?
Why?
Do you want me to roll initiative?
But we all roll initiative.
Okay.
No, it's side initiative.
Oh, what? Okay.
Yeah, I think it's side initiative in Lamentations, isn't it?
No.
Oh, I've been doing it wrong. Okay, yeah, so everybody.
Oh man, and I'm rolling the whole time. I'm sorry, but usually it is individual.
Individual in Lamentations.
Yeah, Lamentations. Yeah.
It's second edition where you have side initiative.
Yeah, Lamentations is individual for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, guys. Yeah, roll.
Oh no, really?
We were doing it that way before. We only did it once or twice this way.
I know
I have 3. Okay.
So wait.
I got Kevin with.
All right. So what did everybody get? Sorry, it got a 4.
I had a 4 as well.
If we add Dex, which I think we do, it doesn't matter. Okay, yes, I got a 5.
How about Carlos?
I got a 4.
Okay. So all right. So I guess Martin goes first. Martin, you see this thing? It's going to start charging towards you. It's pretty big.
I love it. You know.
How far is it?
Yeah, you.
Oh, Daniel, you're
muted.
you're still muted, Mr. Referee.
There you go.
There we go.
Okay, I muted. I was trying to mute Carlos. So. Okay.
Yeah, me too.
First time working the computer. Okay, so yeah, so you notice that this thing, as it kind of turns towards you, it's going to start to move. That this thing's probably twice as big as a normal person, and it has 3 eyes, and it looks like 2 of the eyes are looking at you, and the third one's kind of looking off into space, and it's got like a large mouth that's missing a bunch of teeth, but it does have one kind of like big pointy tooth up. Looks like a fang, and it kind of snarls, and it looks pretty hungry, and it actually starts to charge at you.
Interesting. Is there anything heavy I could pick up?
Yeah, you can pick up a stick, use it as a club, or you could pick up a rock or something.
I'm going to pick up a large stick, use it as a club, and I guess I'm going to go try to whack at it.
All right, go for it.
Is that a D6 for damage or a D4? How do you want to do that? I'll take a D4 if that's what it's going to be.
Yeah, is that what a club is? I can't remember.
I think it's probably a D6, actually.
Hold on, I'll tell you right now.
I don't have my book open. I don't even know where my hard copy book is. It's probably buried somewhere in a stack of books.
Yeah, I think I always forget what things fall because they do it by minor, major, or whatever. Weapons,
Right.
small, one-handed, including short swords and hand axes. Minor. Do small one-handed.
It's minor.
What's a minor?
It's minor? Okay, yeah, so D4. Yeah. Alrighty, here we go. 17 plus my plus 2, so 19.
Nice.
Just 2 points on the damage, though. But something. There's a smackdown on it.
Yeah, I mean, it actually seems a little bit surprised that you like ran up and hit it because probably it's used to people running from it. So it kind of staggers a little bit at that hit. And it has its big club and it basically gets ready to strike down. I guess since you ran forward, it's going to swing at you.
Bring it on, boy.
It swings down.
What did it get?
All right, so it rolls a natural 1. So
good.
what it does is it actually reaches down to try to grab its like club or whatever, and it's not there, so it's like reaching backwards and it actually stumbles back and bangs its head, and now it's kind of confused as to what's going on as it kind of is like, I'm gonna call it basically stunned for a round because it's like so confused, like you came charging at it. Normally it's like, you know, feared by people. So go ahead with the 4s and attack because yeah. So
I'm running.
You're just running away? Okay.
I try to. Is there something where I can hide behind?
Oh yeah, I mean you're basically in like a tree line, and there's just like a small opening in front of this cave. You can
Perfect. Yeah. So I hide behind something.
Are you trying to like maneuver around for a sneak attack, or are you just hiding?
No, I hide. I think.
Okay. Now you don't have to roll for that. I'd say that because it's you're into the darkness and it's in the light that he can't see you. So
yeah. Okay. Cool.
What does Mardigan want to do?
Hey, Joel.
Well, Mardigan's he's
Yeah.
he's already pulled out his
Now
short
that I know where
sword.
you are, well, you told me that you
So
were here. I was like,
Facebook is most but if you ever need to contact us through
what?
email.
Where's the one in reference to me? Where's the one that Martin just
It's probably like 20 feet in front of you.
whacked?
Yeah, there's only one guy. He's about 20 feet in front of you, just standing inside this cave, just in the doorway, basically.
So if I charge, I could make it.
Oh yeah, you can run.
Definitely make it. Okay, so I'm gonna run. I'm gonna come at him with the holding the hilt reverse. Just try to holding the sword inward. Just kind of try to come down on him and impale him.
Okay. That's 14 armor class. What'd you get?
I got a 12.
all right, I don't need a marker.
You got 12. So you missed. Okay. As you try to stab at it, but it's like maybe because it's flailing around because it banged its head, you miss it. Let's go to the next round. To roll initiative for everybody.
Okay.
It got a 1. So the 1 you're
Got
gonna
a 5
6.
again.
Actually, it's not doing anything this round. You guys get to.
Nice, got a 5.
I also got a 5.
All right, so go ahead and make attacks against it. It has 14 armor class. You can see pretty. This thing is smelly too, by the way,
Oh, good.
but not poisonous.
In this round, I will actually act
Okay.
if I can do what
Yes.
I'm thinking. Who's first?
I think you got 6, right?
Okay. Is there something like a rock lying on the ground close by,
Sure.
which I could just throw at it?
Yeah, you can throw a rock if you
Mhm.
want.
Cool.
Roll a regular attack and it'll do a D2.
Yeah, better than nothing. 2.
Nice. You
Yeah.
mean 2 damage? What 2 is it?
Oh yeah. I should roll it to hit, right?
Yeah. Well, formality, but we like to do
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I know. 15 on the die. So
Nice.
Yeah.
That hit. Yeah. You hit it in the head. It's like
Fuck.
it seems really surprised that you're and actually some blood comes out of the side of its head when you do
Yeah,
that.
and I immediately hide back behind the tree.
Good one.
I'm sorry. So what about Martin?
Yeah, Martin will swing with the club again, makeshift club. This time 11 total. So
Okay.
yeah.
It's probably you're trying to avoid its large arms. It's flailing around.
Yeah.
Go attack, and you just can't get a good clean attack against it. What about Mardigan?
Conversation level.
Mardigan's going to,
I have.
let's see.
So yeah, you.
How tall is it? How tall is he?
He's about
I'm sorry?
He's about 8 feet tall. He's huge. Let me see.
Okay. And his face is above the, it's not hunkering down or anything like that.
Well, yeah. If you're 6 feet tall, you can reach an 8 foot tall person's face. I'd say no problem, especially with a sword.
Okay, well, I'm gonna come at him with the sword. I was gonna try to kick some dirt in his face first, but
You could pick it up and
I
throw
don't
it,
think that'll work.
but that would be that'd be all.
That would be my action. No, I'm gonna come at him with the sword again.
Okay.
But yeah, I was trying to go for his face, and I got a little too greedy and got a 1.
Okay. Yeah. So you're swinging wildly. You made such a good aggressive attack at the beginning, and now all of a sudden you guys look. Okay, so this round he's going to be back in action since he didn't. Well, he did get whacked in there with the rock, but that's only no more damage. So let's roll initiative. You got 2.
Okay. Got a 3.
1.
5.
Okay, so go ahead, Martin.
Okay, I'm gonna this time I'm gonna come around on the side and try to slice him from the side. 13. Wait a minute.
And I was so fast.
Yeah, 13. I get +1 from melee. 14.
No. Oh, I was gonna allow.
Okay.
D6 for the sword. For the short sword.
That's a 5.
Nice. Okay, that's good. I mean, you slice him really good across the stomach, and you know, like blood just starts pouring out, and he screams in agony as Martin does something. What would you like to do?
I guess more clubbing.
Okay.
So I smash down with a 19.
Nice.
4 damage.
Cool. So you've got your stick here, and you had to step back maybe because you missed the last time, and you swing hard and right across the head, and he stops for a second, and he just collapses dead on the ground, and it is stinky and gross. Filled the ogre, and you kind of look into the cave, and you can see actually that there's some what look to be human remains. There's some bones, and actually on the fire, on the spit over the fire, looks like what might be like a leg from a man being cooked.
Yeah, I'll drop the club and I'll probably panting and step back from it. Probably smells really bad.
Yeah. It's pretty gross. What do you guys want to do? You're in the ogre's cave. It's basically kind of a maybe 20 or 30 foot deep cave. The ceiling is kind of blackened from all the fire that's been in here. Like I said, there's bones that have just been discarded after he eats his prey. There's some kind of torn up clothing and remains of people, obviously humans. And there's an area with some like kind of broken branches with like leaves and stuff that he probably sleeps on in the back, like a bed, basically.
I would search around for. I mean, he has a man's leg there. So maybe he has a pile of stuff which he took from his victims, and maybe there's something useful in it. That's what I'm searching for.
Okay.
As Mardigan's starting to pilfer, he's starting to look around and moving a little bit slower than Seville. Turns to Martin and was like, "That was a really good kill.
Well,
Good one, Martin."
Martin, for a moment, forgets all the troubles they've had, and his face beams with a smile. He's probably really proud of himself and happy to be getting such a compliment from Mardigan.
Nice. So go ahead and roll a random. Looking for random stuff. Roll a D100. Sibyl.
Okay. 15.
Okay. Okay, so you find something kind of interesting. Maybe not to you, but we'll see.
Oh man. Yeah.
So it's actually you notice that there's actually a small like a sack, like a shoulder sack, like a pouch like a messenger would wear. So you pull that off, hoping to find something good in it, and you find it an old scroll. It's kind of been beat up and stuff. And when you pull it out and you look at it, it's a correspondence between what appear to be two people, because the first person mentions the other in your past correspondence, and they're questioning whether or not the king has lost his mind, and what they should do if he has.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I definitely take that with me. I mean, that's no weight, so.
So go ahead and roll. Does anybody else want to search? You can do one more because I found another cool list. Roll two.
Yeah.
Two different things. Go ahead, Marcus. So roll 2d10 and tell me for each number.
Who's rolling?
You can go first, Marcus.
You said 2d10.
Yeah.
There we go. The first one is a 0.
Cool.
The second is a 3.
Oh, wow. Okay. You find an exquisite-looking amulet.
Aha! I snatch it up.
Yep, it's worth. It looks like it's worth about 100 gold coins.
Interesting. I'm gonna mark that down. So, just what color is it? You said gold, or just exquisite?
Exquisite-looking. I'm gonna say that it actually is silver, but it's got a gem in it that's valuable. We'll say.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah. All right. How about Mardigan?
He was behind them.
I got a 6 on the first and 2 on the second.
Okay, so you find actually what looks like a piece of a tapestry that's been torn. And it's interesting because you can tell it's only part of a tapestry because you can see you see like a leg of a person. So obviously there's more that's been suddenly ripped it away. And when you flip it over on the back of it, there's some writing that you can't really understand, but it looks like it could be some kind of magical script.
I'm going to show it to everybody and say maybe this is something that once we find some sort of sorcerer to help us, maybe he'll be able to make some sense of this.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay, and then if you want to go again, Sibyl. If you want to look for more stuff.
8.
Oh, a thin, sharp-tipped dagger. Nice.
Yeah, I grab it and I turn it around and then toss it over at Martin.
Cool. And roll a second die.
What was that? A dagger?
Yeah.
Sharp.
I'm gonna hopefully catch it properly.
78.
No, just one number. Just one d10 for this one.
Oh, d10. 9.
Okay. So it's
What?
a thin, sharp-tipped dagger that turns to dust when you touch it. So you see this dagger and you're like,
Oh.
and you grab it and it actually just crumbles into dust because it's so old.
I look at the ground, then I get up and I just walk out of the cave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you're walking out, I yell, "Sable!"
Just leave me alone. Just leave me
Thank you for this dagger. It's amazing.
Ah.
Oh, too funny. Okay, so yeah, that was what was in the ogre's cave. Do you want to continue traveling?
Maybe if you save the dust, and maybe if we add water.
No, Dick Rock's gonna block it.
Yeah, we could try it.
Maybe.
You hear a stone like a boonk as she's kicking like a small stone in front of her.
Okay. Hold on. So I need to actually. Can you with that piece of tapestry, Carlos, roll me 2 more d10s so I can just make a note of this.
Who?
For Carlos and for Mardigan.
Okay.
It's 6 on the first one.
Okay.
And the second one's a 0, so 10, right? Yeah.
Oh, this is interesting. Nice. Okay. You guys find some interesting things. Okay. So, do you just want to leave the ogre's cave? It's pretty nasty, I suppose. You probably don't want to hang out in there.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Cool. So you're able to travel through the rest of the night, and actually, you, as dawn is kind of breaking, you can see where you're at, and you realize, looking at the map, that you're pretty close to where you're going. So, let me see what happens in the last chunk. Wow, you're getting a lot of monsters. Okay. You encounter.
We're glad we can make you happy.
It was so quiet early in the journey. As you traveled further north, it started to get a little crazy. You actually are traveling, and you kind of pass by a small kind of grove of trees. And when you do, a young girl steps out. She looks like she's probably maybe like 15 or 14, like definitely a young girl. She's basically naked except for like a little loincloth on the bottom. She's got kind of scratches on her and kind of mud on her face, almost camouflaging her. She does have her hair is white though, even though she's very young. And she's holding a basically what is a spear. It's kind of like a stick that's like that kind of like what Martin picked up, except for it looks like she's kind of shaved it into a point. And she steps out in front of you and she says, "Stay back." And then she kind of looks at you and she says, "But I need help."
What's your problem, lady?
I need to get out of here. And those clothes make me think you're not from here. In these parts, men don't dress in women's clothing.
When you say get out of here, you mean off of this infernal island?
Yes. I'm a prisoner here.
Who has imprisoned you?
The elements.
And so what do you want us to do to help you? Fair
Well,
enough.
first you need to help yourselves. I can see that you're infected. But I also see that you bear a sword. And I saw you destroy the ogre. You're a powerful warrior. And he points at she kind of bows towards Martin.
I just give her a noble-ish bow and wave the hand.
Yeah, she says, north of here is a field of mushrooms. They're said to be a cure for your disease. Bring them to an alchemist. They can help you. Then you can help me. She kind of backs away a little bit.
Be not afraid. We will not infect you, woman.
I've seen many die from that in the colony.
Well, once we are cured and we are finished with that part of our journey, our next part is to leave this island. And if you could find some way to help us, we would be more than happy to take you with us.
I know the way from the island. The magical statue. It will transport you anywhere you need to go. But you must help me first to find it.
Which magical statue? We've seen a few statues on these lands. Do you know what it looks like, my lady?
I do know what it looks like, but if I tell you, how do I know you won't just find it on your own?
We have given you our word. My word is the word of honor that you can trust.
Did you say 8?
Yeah, it's 8. That's my lowest.
All right, hold on. I have to see what his reaction. That's a 0 then, right? I don't think there's any kind of plus for that.
It's actually a -1.
Oh, it's that. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mardigan knows he's not very smooth, but he's trying his best.
Okay, so she kind of looks at you and because I don't trust you. You wear armor, yet the man in the dress is a better warrior than you. She looks over at what's your charisma? Oh, it's low now. What's Martin's charisma currently?
Oh, Martin's charisma, 7.
Yeah, she seems a little uncertain of you, but at the same time, she seems desperate. So she tells you that that if you get the mushrooms, she'll show you where they are, but she's not going to tell you where the statue is or what it looks like until she knows for sure that you'll help her.
Are you coming with us, woman, to gather mushrooms?
Well,
at liberty
I'll keep my distance until you are cured. I don't want that disease. I am Nana, by the way.
Okay, then you're welcome to come with us, but please, let me just implore to you that we do not have the luxury to wander around this island looking for the statue. Whether or not you give us the description, we need your help to bring us directly to it. So I would just like to know what does the statue look like? We still need you to get to it no matter what, because we must go directly to it. If we wander and we go in the wrong parts of this island, there are some people who would want our heads, would want us imprisoned.
So she says, I know where it is, I just need a map, which we can get in the city once you are cured.
Okay, very well.
So she kind of steps back a little bit to let you kind of walk past her, but she's keeping her spear kind of like somewhat leveled on you.
I'm gonna kind of just like flinch towards her just to kind of
She
be a
runs.
dick.
She totally runs into the woods.
So I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look like oops to Martin
Yeah, she
and
sprints
Sabille,
yeah,
and I'm gonna start chasing her, saying, "No, no, no! It was a joke. Don't run away."
I just look at the ground and shake my head.
Yeah, she's running like full speed through the woods.
Oh man!
Against my better judgment, I'm gonna yell. I'm gonna yell out to her. Don't, woman, we're your only chance off this island. Please don't leave. It was only a joke.
She's running, she's gone. It's probably from staying up all night. You probably get a little punch drunk, so you scared off the little girl, but yeah.
I'm going to turn to them and say, I really didn't think she was just going to run away. Guys, I apologize. We don't need her to find these mushrooms. We'll find the statue without her. I have faith.
If you say so, Mardigan, I'll have faith too.
Trust me, Martin. Trust me. I know exactly what I'm talking about. We already know. All we need to know is that statue exists here. We will find it.
Yes. I believe you. I trust you.
Okay. Wow,
I give Sable a shitty look.
Thank you, Martin. I knew I could have faith in you.
I give you the stink eye.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice. All right, so as everybody's kind of realizing that, oh yeah. Okay, that's what she thought of that. Okay, so
She didn't like what I did.
no, definitely not. Let's look at my notes now. Okay, so you're traveling. You're looking. You know where you're going. You have the map, so you're going to be able to find these mushrooms pretty easily. Let me just see if you encounter anything else while you're in there. Ah. Ooh, interesting. That's interesting.
I love when I hear you say that. Gets me excited.
Okay, so you know where you're heading, right? And you're kind of walking down this road, and you're like, okay, we're getting pretty close to this field, and then about 150 or so yards in front of you, you see a small battle happening. There's what appears to be some kind of royalty because he's in one of those like seats that people carry. You know, they're like 4 or 5 servants on each side are lifting these things, and the person sitting inside, like a princess or whatever, is inside of it. And it's toppled over on the ground, and these 4 or 5 guys with their little swords or whatever are fighting off 2 knights on horses who are kind of going by violently with their swords swinging down and chopping at these like porters or whatever you want to call them. So there's a kind of a violent fight going on with people in armor, and it's like a full-blown combat happening. Because they're in the middle of combat, they're not even looking at you. Then they're pretty far away. So I don't know what you want to do.
I will die here. I will just die here.
So now, Sabine has her dagger. Martin has his sharp tip dagger, and I have sword.
No, Martin has no sharp dagger. It just it disintegrated. God damn it.
Oh, the sharp tip disintegrated.
Yeah.
I thought Martin found something in the. Oh yeah, he found.
Oh right, yeah.
He found an amulet worth some cash. By the way, Carlos, after you spoke with the girl, this is all happening like probably like an hour or so after that. You start hearing this like sound in your head, talking to you, and it says to you, you don't need a statue. I could offer you a spell book of considerable power. And you kind of you think maybe you're a little bit punch drunk, like you're not really sure because you've been fighting and tired and you get leprosy. But you kind of hear this. So then you heard that a little bit earlier as you were walking, and you probably were like, and now you hear a voice again that says, imagine the powerful spells that could destroy these knights. Okay, so what do you guys want to do?
Well, I'm not going to tell them that I hear the voice hit, but since I'm thinking I might be going crazy, I'm going to like kind of concentrate and try to in my head. So everybody's going to see me like this. But in my head, I'm trying to think, who is this? Who are you? In my head. So see if you can hear me.
So it says, I am the tiniest piece of the universe, but it only takes a tiny piece of the universe to be powerful.
And you would help us? What is in it for you, tiniest of the universe?
In great power, not us. Me and you will kill all these mortals.
Well, that sounds great to me, strange entity in my head. But how do we do this?
Kill the man in the dress.
not
So
funny.
now I'm gonna get a little nervous. I'm gonna start sweating, and I'm gonna open my eyes and look at them too, and then I'm gonna turn back away again, kind of embarrassed. I'm gonna say, "So what do you want me to do? You want me to kill the man in the dress? Why?"
To prove your loyalty to our cause. Plus, he has that amulet. We need that money.
I can get you the amulet, and I can kill whoever you want, but I need that man in the dress. I need him alive.
You suddenly feel very ill, and actually make a Constitution check.
I got a 4 under. Huh?
You feel really, really bad and crampy in your stomach, like you've got to, empty your bowels. But luckily, you're able to kind of hold it long enough. So these guys see you run off into the bushes and take care of business, but you get there no problem. It doesn't you don't soil Sibyl's armor. Although it's probably tricky to take it off. You pull down your tight leather pants in the bush and take care of business. So yeah, so while he's doing that, what do you guys want to do? You see these knights like slaughtering these people.
I don't want to repeat myself, but what about for us? I'm scared.
Yeah, they definitely don't see you. I mean, you could 100% go into the trees and go around them. I mean, maybe that's what you think at first that Mardigan is doing, and then all of a sudden, the smell kind of comes to you, and you're like, oh, hold on. I'm just going to walk in that direction.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. So do you want to try to, skirt these guys and avoid them once he's done?
Martin?
Yes, I agree. I agree with you, Sable. We're leaving.
Yeah, they're so caught up in their fighting that even with having to, you can go right around them and nothing. I mean, they don't even blink an eye to see you. And you're able to kind of travel forward into the area with the mushrooms. And sure enough, right where she said there is a field of mushrooms, and it is.
Thank God.
Somebody actually told you something that was true.
Man.
By a small creek grows a fairy ring of vividly green grass. The mushrooms are purple caps, yellow stems, so you can see it. So basically, you walk, you walk kind of around the corner, and you see this little stream, and there's basically this 5-foot diameter circle of these weird mushrooms growing right by the stream.
I immediately rush over and start picking the best mushrooms.
Yeah, I'm right there with her.
And let's get about, I don't know, 20 or 25.
Yeah.
Just to be safe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and maybe each of us should pick 25, if you get my meaning.
I kind of look at you and the eyes narrow and I nod.
Probably. So there are a total of.
I'm in the corner and I pick up one. I say, "Look, guys, I got a good one."
Very good, Mordigan.
So there's a total of.
Of course, he takes them away from us.
There's 24 total. They can be mushrooms. However, when you run up to get the mushrooms, as you get closer, you realize that all of a sudden, you feel very light because as you're running towards it, all of a sudden you float up into the air because there's no gravity in that area. So you're floating above.
What?
Yeah, but you only float.
Okay.
But you only float up, I think.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so it's kind of awkward at first, and it probably takes you a second to figure it out because you kind of float up in the air, but you can like kind of lay down, if you will, and you'll be floating like 3 feet above it. You can just kind of reach down and probably grab the mushrooms. So it's super awkward to pick them. Maybe somebody has to like hold your feet or something, like push you in like a thing, but you're able to do it. I mean, there's 24 mushrooms total. If you want to take them all, you're welcome to. And then the other various herbs grow around there, and nothing really bothers you. You know, you're able to get the mushrooms. It's just a weird like anti-gravity effect around these mushrooms. But yeah, you're able to get them no problem. So you can have 24 mushrooms if you'd like.
Yay!
Yay! You got the mushrooms.
Mardigan's still hovering with like a happy look on his face. Like, whoa! Hey guys, I'm floating.
So in another moment of kind of quiet, you hear in your head, the spell book could make you the most powerful magician in the world. But I need a blood sacrifice to prove your loyalty. Kill the man in the dress. Sorry, keep throwing up.
Like I said, I need that man in the dress. What if I kill multiple men that are not him? Would that appease you and show you my loyalty to bloodlust?
Yes. You must kill 4 men in the next 2 days to prove your loyalty.
Okay, I'm going to turn to the other two and I'm going to say, all right, guys. You guys are going to think I'm crazy as shit, but I need to tell you something. I found our way off of this island.
How was that?
Okay. I'm listening.
Now, before we go any further, let me just say again, you guys know I'm not crazy, right?
I just look at you.
Have anything? If you don't have anything,
Of course, I don't.
A mystical sorcerer. Thank you, Martin. Because we're going to need all 3 of us to get in on this. I've got to kill 4 men in the next 2 days. What do you guys think? Sounds possible, right? We can do that, no problem, right?
It's an awful lot of innocent people killed. I don't know.
Yeah, and what happens after you did that?
They don't have to be innocent. They don't have to be innocent. After that, we appease the voice in my head, and he's going to get us off this island.
I kind of look at Sable and narrow my eyes again and kind of shake my head to the left and right just a tiny bit.
Hard or you chose this one.
Okay.
I'm gonna fill your dungeon monster.
This voice in my head is a very powerful entity.
Oh wait, that's 12.
At first, he actually wanted me to kill you, Martin, and I convinced him otherwise.
Kill me? Why would they want to kill me? What did I do?
That's what I told him. I said that there was no way that I would kill you, and that there must be something else I could do. And he said, kill 4 men in 2 days, and I will get you guys home.
I don't know. I feel weird about all this.
From what I gathered from what he said, it's only I can be the one to do the killing. So what's the worst thing that happens? We go, Maybe
He gave him the Stormland.
maybe these knights up here, they don't seem very honorable.
And they literally showed up on my
I killed 4 of them. You guys help me subdue them.
Maybe so, Mardigan, but what if this is all just a ruse?
You have a good point. Let me see if I can make communication with the bean again.
Shut up! I'm working.
And I'm gonna try to do the same thing I did before. Except now I'm gonna say to him, show us a sign, great entity. Show us a sign that you are true.
Okay, you must allow me to perform my magic on you willingly, and I will show you a sign.
God damn it!
I allow you. Just show a sign that will prove to me and my friends that you are real and you will have the power to help us.
Okay. So you're concentrating really hard like this, so that all of a sudden you just completely empty your bowels and you throw up, and you just like everything's coming out of you in all directions.
I scream in disgust.
Yeah, I start gagging and probably get lightheaded.
I'm also gagging and getting lightheaded, and my face is turning white. And Mardigan, he's got puke all over his hair. He's got the long wavy hair. He's got puke in it, and he's got this pale look on his face. He's just looking back at everybody, looking like he's about to collapse. Like, oh God, and I say, that was the sign.
So yeah, so that's what happens.
I hope you guys were watching, because I'm not going to do that again.
So how do you react to that there, Sabu?
Besides holding your nose?
Yeah, I shout. What do you think my reaction would be?
Don't know.
Goodness.
Free, right?
Yeah.
Maybe induce some vomiting. Maybe I induced vomiting. Have a triple
Give
reaction.
him ideas. I mean, I look like a walking, I don't know, mummy, partial mummy. So I think your losing your bowels is only like a minor inconvenience to me.
He's where
I want.
So yeah, so you're there and you've got the stuff. Now, do you want to camp here, or do you want to head back? Like, are you going to try to kill the knights? Like, what do you think you want to do? Maybe that's what happens next time. Next time, you can decide if you want to try to kill these 4 people the next 2 days, or if you want to head back to the town, or how you would like to handle the newly acquired voice in your head. Does anybody want to do anything before we?
Okay, well, there were only 4 knights, but they were fighting.
There was 2 knights and they were fighting 4 guys.
Okay.
Plus potentially whoever was inside of the carriage, but that was now several hours ago, because you've traveled since then.
Shut up! I was being
generous.
Okay.
So,
If you kept
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm going to turn to everybody and say, well, if we're going to camp here, let's make a wide berth for my pile of shit.
Okay, if you say so.
Any closing thoughts, Martin? before you camp?
Oh gosh, Martin's really just contemplating the whole thing, his whole loyalty to everyone and his whole existence right now.
Okay, so we'll leave it there for until next time. We'll see where you guys take this. So the broadcast.